When we talk about the prophecies of Jenny Dixon and the mysterious boy from Mars, predicting the arrival of a special individual from China who will save the world, it's like something out of a fantastical story, right? Imagine this hero emerging from the heart of China, a land bursting with traditions, innovations, and a whole lot of history. The enigmatic title of the China sage, known as Ziwei sage, embodies such a convergence of prophecies and wisdom from diverse sources, spanning from the Tang dynasty's Tui Bei Tu to the sacred teachings of China's native Taoism, Buddhism, Christianity, and Islam. In his quest to connect the spiritual and everyday worlds, Ziwei sage wrestles with balancing the ancient wisdom found in old texts from thousands of years ago and the practical aspects of information technology. Nowadays, modern sages utilize various AI tools like ChatGPT, Leonardo AI, Google Ads, Clipchamp, Google Translator, and more to share their insights and teachings on platforms like YouTube. Now, let's dive into the teachings that this unique individual from China is likely to share, Buddhism's 10 precepts. These guidelines serve as a guide to help us become more mindful, wiser, and kinder as we progress on our spiritual path. They focus on ethical living, personal growth, and spreading compassion in all aspects of our lives. (1) Refraining from killing living beings. Hey there! It's important to respect all life, avoid causing harm to others, and refrain from taking the life of any living being. By developing compassion to reduce negative karma, we can move closer to achieving enlightenment. Compassion is something we all have inside us, although it can sometimes be overshadowed by ignorance. Many times, people ignore the suffering of other living beings and even harm them out of selfishness or to support their families. By paying attention to our daily interactions and empathizing with the suffering of all sentient beings, we can slowly nurture compassion in our hearts. When we make the choice not to harm any living being, we show our respect for all forms of life. This mindset helps us build empathy and understanding for all sentient beings, emphasizing our interconnectedness and lessening negative karma. 2. Avoiding stealing. Don't steal simply means refraining from taking what isn't rightfully yours. It goes beyond just avoiding theft. It also means not engaging in activities that harm society or taking from the community without giving back. Instead, it encourages us to contribute positively, donate actively, and perform acts of kindness that benefit others. Recognizing that real wealth stems from how we speak and act, rather than from material possessions. When we respect others' belongings and appreciate our own health and happiness, we can cultivate inner peace and satisfaction in our daily lives. 3. Abstaining from sexual misconduct. This principle encourages us to maintain purity in our relationships and to show restraint in our sexual behavior. By steering clear of harmful actions like adultery or exploitation, we nurture respect, integrity, and mindfulness in our dealings with others. This purity of intention and behavior fosters clarity and emotional balance, paving the way for spiritual growth and enlightenment. In relationships, it's important for both partners to uphold ethical standards and be faithful to each other. By showing mutual respect, loyalty, and sharing family responsibilities, many family and social issues can be minimized. 4. Confront the truth and avoiding ignorance. The researchers discovered that 40% of people preferred not to know the outcomes of their actions when given the choice. This intentional ignorance was linked to lower levels of kindness. Individuals were 15.6 percentage points more likely to act generously towards others when informed about the consequences of their decisions, compared to when they remained in the dark. Motivated ignorance is essentially when people choose not to confront the truth. While ignorance is simply a lack of knowledge or understanding, motivated ignorance occurs when individuals avoid educating themselves due to fear. For instance, someone might ignore signs of declining health because they're afraid of discovering a severe illness. Motivated ignorance is often seen in politics, where individuals deny scientific evidence and facts to uphold their beliefs, whether the topic is climate change, healthcare, or political leadership. 5. Letting go of anger and cultivating patience. Humans are emotional beings. It's totally normal and okay to feel jealous, angry, or envious from time to time. These are tough emotions to deal with and manage. Envy is when you wish harm on someone else because they have something you want. Jealousy is about desire. When folks act out of anger, they often behave disruptively and might push away those close to them. Anger can cloud our judgment and make it tough to make good choices, but practicing patience can help us confront challenges with a cool and understanding mindset. By working on being patient, we can enhance our emotional well-being and think more clearly. Six, practicing contentment and avoiding greed. The root cause of discord among people lies in internal conflicts and schemes, whether in everyday life or within official circles. Many individuals navigate through life as if it were a constant battle. The majority of people are driven by greed to fulfill physical pleasures like indulging in rich foods, wearing luxurious clothing, and using lavish possessions. However, this pursuit of satisfying the body's desires may unknowingly accumulate negative karma for this transient and impure physical form. Contentment serves as the remedy for insatiable desires. By appreciating what is already present in our lives, we can lessen our attachment to material cravings. Expressing gratitude for the blessings we have can help us shift our focus away from constantly seeking more and towards finding contentment with what we already possess. 7. Avoiding divisive speech. Conflicts and strong opinions are affecting us mentally. We tend to cling to our viewpoints in times of crisis, almost as if it's an addiction. This constant state of taking sides feels like a need for external stimulation. Everyone is influenced by external forces and holds opinions, which often lead to arguments and divisions. Metaphorically, we can learn from nature and everyday life, like how the day doesn't battle the night, and a piano needs both black and white keys. Instead of always resorting to debate, it would be beneficial to find more peaceful ways to handle disagreements. To maintain peaceful interactions in our lives, we should steer clear of stirring up conflicts, spreading discord, or adding fuel to the fire. It's important to always keep in mind the consequences of our actions, show empathy towards others, focus on the positive, and foster positive connections between people. This is the key to earning the trust and respect of those around us. Eight, cultivating kind speech and avoiding harsh words. Whether it's Twitter, Facebook, message boards, or chat rooms, the internet tends to attract negative comments that often have little real-world impact. But why do people act so unkind online? Is there a difference in behavior between online interactions and face-to-face conversations? Absolutely. This is what we call the online disinhibition effect. Being online tends to lower our inhibitions, leading some to act more harshly or share more openly than they would in person. When this harsh behavior occurs online, it can create hostile virtual environments. By refraining from using hurtful language and avoiding verbal attacks, we can cultivate a peaceful mind and a compassionate heart, which are crucial for personal development and spiritual growth. Through using kind and loving words, we can foster harmony among individuals and practice fairness, empathy, and forgiveness. 9. Avoiding false speech. Most of the time, people who spread rumors don't even bother to check if what they're saying is true. Rumors usually get passed around from one person to another, and each time they're told, they tend to change a little. This can cause them to get blown out of proportion and distorted over time. Gossip typically involves sharing some juicy or scandalous detail, making it either shocking or personal. What's worse, gossip is often spread behind someone's back and can be really hurtful. Media outlets, social critics, political organizations, and research groups have all pointed out the problem of fake news as a major concern today. Fake news refers to false information presented to persuade people without real evidence or even with evidence against it. Being exposed to such inaccurate information can cause confusion, lead to the acceptance of false ideas, and encourage sharing of misinformation. Lies, on the other hand, involve saying things that are untrue and deceptive, like claiming to have done something you haven't or pretending to have skills you don't possess. It's important for everyone to regularly reflect on their own actions. Did you really do what you're claiming? Are you exaggerating or not being genuine? Speaking meaningfully and avoiding frivolous speech. Frivolous speech is basically shallow or meaningless talk. Gossip, when it's not harmful, falls into this category. Indulging in frivolous speech can lead to other harmful forms of speech like lying, spreading rumors, and being harsh with words. These types of speech can easily come up in conversations with others, making it crucial to be mindful when we talk. The way to counter frivolous speech is to recognize it and think about the impact it can have. So, the key is to be aware of frivolous speech and consider the consequences before speaking. Meaningful words, on the other hand, are thoughtful and constructive. By speaking consciously and mindfully, we can effectively convey our thoughts with clarity and intelligence, promoting understanding and insight within ourselves and among others. When we choose to do good things and think positively, we build up merit and wisdom through 10 good deeds. But if we lean towards negativity, we start accumulating bad karma, which will eventually catch up with us. Our personal karma is a big factor in how we experience events that affect everyone, like earthquakes. When a tragic event like a violent earthquake happens in a certain area, the idea of collective karma comes into play. This makes us wonder about the karmic consequences for those going through it. It's essential to realize that not everyone reacts the same way to such events. Even among those directly impacted, the level of suffering varies greatly. This shows that people who are hit hardest by disasters probably have both personal and collective karma influencing their involvement, while those less affected may not have such karma affecting them.